So you're getting ready to PCS. You don't know whether to do a DITY move, let the military do it, on post, off post, rent or buy? Let's go, stick around. I got your tips for PCS right now. All right, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam First Class French, and today I'm going to be giving you PCS tips. So you just got those orders and you're getting ready to make that PCS move, and you got a lot on your mind, whether you got a family or you don't, and you got a lot of decisions to make. So let's make some educated ones. Here's some tips. The first step is planning. You got to figure out whether you want to be on post or off post. Now, if you E4 and below, you're going to be in the barracks unless you got a family. But you need to decide early on when you get that set of orders to decide whether you want to be on post or off post. They both have different benefits, and you need to decide what's best for you or you and your family. It's never too early to start planning. If you even get the chance to maybe take a trip up there, take a trip down there, wherever this duty station is, if you are close enough to take a 2-3 day trip, go look at some places to rent, go look at that on-post housing, kind of take a little time to get ahead of the curve when these PCS moves happen. That is huge for you, and that's something I highly recommend you do before you PCS. Now on to the next tip, permissive TDY, 10 free days of leave, free, to help you move and get your family ready. Now, how do you use these 10 free days of leave? This goes back to the first tip of you planning. Whether you get that place before you get up there, then you get that permissive TDY, and you can fly down to wherever you were and drive the truck up and use it on the permissive TDY, or you did it all beforehand and you moved all your stuff up while you were on leave, got the permissive TDY to get the house together, get kids ready for school, get all that stuff together. You got to think about how you want to use those 10 free days of leave on permissive TDY. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the military paid move. When you get ready to PCS, you're going to have a few options, and military paid move is one of them, where the military will do everything for you. They will come to your place, they will pack up your stuff, and they will move it down there all for you for free. Now, the big thing for the military paid moves, and one tip I'm going to give you about them, is that a lot of schedules need to line up. You need to be out of the house this day. You need to be into the house this day. Your gear is going to arrive this day. Then you're going to move in this day. There's a lot of dominoes that need to fall. And that can be stressful on a family, especially when you're down there a day early, living with somebody maybe you know there, you don't know nobody there, you're living in a hotel, you don't know. There's a lot of question marks with a military paid move. Yes, it is the #1 most hassle-free. They will come to your house, they will pack all this stuff up, put it in a box for you, and move your stuff. Now, there is the ability where they can damage stuff because they don't care about your stuff like you care about your stuff. I love my stuff. So for you, a military paid move is something that you can do, and the military will move you for free. Now on to the next one is the DITY move, the do-it-yourself move. Now I've done a couple of these myself, and I highly suggest them. This is what I recommend to you. This is a one time in the military where your work equals more money, and you can make money off a DITY move if you do it yourself. To start this, you're going to get your own moving truck. You're going to weigh that thing empty. You're going to weigh that truck when it's full. You're going to get paid by the pound on all your stuff that you have. Then you're going to get paid by the mile that you travel. Gas receipts and all. This is a chance for you to make money. Now, some of my tips for you on this. It's not every day that we're an 88 Mike and we drive big trucks. Nah. So if you got a 26-foot truck plus a car hanging off the back and the family in the front, it's going to be a stressful event for you. But what you need to do, and some tips are for this. Like I said before, weigh your truck empty. Weigh your truck full. Then set those driving directions so that you can stop at a truck stop and a place that allows you to stop with that big truck and not just a McDonald's parking lot. You ain't getting in and out of there with that truck. So think about those truck stops because those are going to get rid of your headache when you're driving that truck. Another PCS tip is if you do it yourself, you're going to have a lot of friends to help you load the truck, yeah? But what about when you get over to here? Hopefully you coordinated with some people up there to help you unload your truck. Now, if you don't have a lot of people up there, you doing it yourself. But for the most part, talk to your sponsors, see if they have any people to come help you out. Your sponsor at the unit can talk to a couple privates or soldiers that want to help out, and they'll gladly come and help you out. So a tip is to always coordinate on the back end and make sure you got help when that truck does pull up to the house. You have a lot of work to do then. Now another tip I want to tell you about is per diem. You're going to get per diem for that travel day. For each family member in your family. You could save this per diem and just spend out of pocket and get all of this money on the back end when you complete your DITY move through move.mil. So what I would say with your per diem is save it. Don't utilize a lot. Reps so that when you make that trip, you don't need to spend that per diem money, and it's more money in your pocket. Save the per diem money. That's an Army trick. Now, next thing I want to talk about is dislocation allowance, DLA. Everybody is afforded DLA, whether it's between $2,200 to $3,500. You get a lot of money for them saying, we're moving you. Now, for that DLA, you can get a partial DLA up front, or you can get it all on the back end. But there's $3,500 to $2,200-ish money for you to have for that truck, for any of that movement, so anything. Dislocation allowance is there to help you because the Army's moving you. So for me, we're talking DLA, per diem, by the pound, by the mile. All of that equals up to a DITY move, where you end up making, for me personally, I ended up making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just because I moved my family. And I did all the work myself. These are just some tips that I'm giving out to you so you can make an educated decision on what's the best decision for you and your family, or maybe just you by yourself. These are some United States Army PCS move tips, and they're from me, Sergeant First Class French. And today, that's the drill.